Your weekend at Effy's never has to end. Join us on the Patreon and get access to all the bonuses. I'm talking extra episodes, early access, fun furry friends, merch discounts, and wait, is that unique art coming right to my house in the mail? There are so many ways to support. Just go to weekendateffys.com. Join the club, hang out with everybody, ask the questions you want to ask of the podcast, and see how much more Weekend at Effy's you can fit into your life. There's so much there, and you're going to love it. And it's the only way to support Effy on Patreon. Weekendateffys.com. Come hang out. Effy here with another great interview, this time with Billy Mays III. We're going to be talking about human consciousness. We're going to be talking about the world of music. We're obviously going to talk about OxyClean. We're really getting into everything possible. System of a Down, the Muppets. If you want early access to everything, go to weekendateffys.com and make sure, check out all the links below at Infinite Third to check out everything from Billy Mays III and check out the Kickstarter to get the new album. We're going to get magic. Welcome to Weekend at Effy's. Okay, so first things first, we're both William. My name's William Taylor Gibson.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
And my dad's a William too.
Hell
so
yeah.
we're both Billy legacies.
So you don't, is his middle name?
His middle name's Carl. His dad's middle name is Hazel. My middle name is Taylor. My mom's dad is William Jacob. And then there's 4 William Jacobs on that side. So like every male in my whole family has always been named William, Billy, or Bill.
Wow.
On all sides.
Yeah, I'm William, obviously, but we have William Darrell is the 3. That's why I'm the 3rd. We were all William Darrell.
All William Darrells.
But I would have been the 5th if they would have kept like it was William Benton from the Civil War or something.
Oh.
So they switched it for some reason. I have no idea why. So,
well, I don't know. The Civil War hasn't aged well. I'll tell you what. It doesn't look great.
Maybe they changed it for a good reason.
We're here with Billy Mays III. I'm so pumped. And we're not going to spend the whole time talking about regular Billy Mays stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Because first and foremost, we're both Atlanta babes now. Turns out you live like 10 minutes down the street from me. And so I almost am going to treat this less like an interview and more like a friend interview.
Yeah, yes.
Of like,
that's how I feel.
Let's learn about each other. First and foremost, shout out Callous Cowboys.
Always.
I'm trying to pick up tickets to go see them with Health.
Yeah, me too.
The Dragon Con one.
Yeah.
Because I know everyone in Atlanta is like hitting them up like, hey,
oh yeah, I know.
Could you list me on the Health show? But I want to pay for tickets because I really want to see that. We had Jackie on the show, which was really fun.
I listened to that.
I want to have more musicians, and you're more than a musician, but your legacy now is like some deep musician stuff. And I have to apologize too and say I haven't made it to any of the shows.
Oh, well.
Am I a bad Atlanta person?
I'm in Atlanta, like, but I don't play that many shows in Atlanta. Like, I used to play shows when I lived in Florida all the time, everywhere, and I kind of toured regionally. But since I moved to Atlanta, I kind of made the decision to not play as much in a good way because I've learned the lesson of, like, you can't just play all the time.
Yeah, when you're just like, oh, I'm going to hit 5 venues this month, and then you're like, where's the audience? And like, I don't know how much time I have in my month to do that. I am mad at myself, though, because I'm out of town a lot, and it feels like Atlanta's got a lot of cool stuff going on. And you're doing a lot of cool stuff. Like, I was jealous because I saw you just had a Mario Kart tournament
last night. Yeah.
How does this come? Are you just pitching ideas to these venues?
No, so that, my day job is like I run events at Kava Mama. Do you guys know what Kava is?
I do. I had it on my birthday one year, and then I actually did play Mario Kart, and I thought I was losing my mind.
For real?
Yeah.
Like Kava, like the root beverage.
Yeah, the root beverage.
God. Okay. Because in Atlanta, nobody knows what it is. I say, oh, I work at a Kava bar. They think I'm talking about Kava the restaurant or it's like champagne or something.
Yeah, you're getting bowls, like quinoa bowls or whatever.
No, because I'm in Central Florida. There's hundreds of Kava bars everywhere. Like you
that's where when I was living in Tallahassee,
I'm sure
Florida,
it was.
That's where I was doing a lot. Wait, so what part of Central Florida?
St. Pete.
Oh, that's
Tampa,
great.
Tampa, St. Pete.
Yeah. At least you had coastline access.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
There's a lot of wrestling there too. I mean, it's. I don't
There's
know.
There's a lot of bad wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak to the quality. I just know that it's like a wrestling place.
It's a wrestling place. Yeah. It's I think wrestling and like Scientology's near there. There's a lot of Scientology.
I grew up in that. Oh, I didn't. My dad lived in that area, Clearwater.
Yeah. So you saw that.
Oh yeah. I take friends to Clearwater to just see
just look at
the situation.
I was just throwing on shirts in there, and I have a shirt that says "Get it, read it, Dianetics," and I threw it on, and then I went, I don't want people who don't know me to see this and think it's a real thing and like you're here on the Scientologist podcast. Because I'm sure the regular audience would know I'm not a real Scientologist. But it is like, how are they getting this much money?
Well, I had a practice space in Clearwater for a bit, and I had a drummer that I was renting it with.
Yeah.
And I found out about 6 months in that it was a Scientologist that was renting it to me. And then I found out later that he's like a politician. And then that's how I learned that they sort of take over the whole city for real, and they lobby for each other and stuff.
They also have, I listened to this podcast about they're like self-help clinics that are secretly Scientologists, but not for a while. So there's a lot of people like getting into it, coming out of rehabs and coming out of other things. It's like, I don't know. They're doing a great job selling the product, but I don't know if the product is good.
I mean, we're going to be on their list now of like the suppressive people or whatever.
I think it's about to come to, I don't know. Leah Remini seems to be getting some stuff done with, it doesn't matter. We're not going to talk anymore.
Do you ever think about Tom Cruise though?
Yes.
Like, how can a guy so like likable and good at what he does be that what he is?
So, okay, I actually have a deep theory on Tom Cruise because I just saw Seth Rogen talking about like, I had a conversation with Tom Cruise and he was telling me you wouldn't believe it if I told you. But the thing is, when Chris Pratt became mega like right-wing Christian, right? Like mega church Christian.
Yep.
I figured out, I think, what it was. Because imagine you're Chris Pratt and you're going to the mall and people are going to stop you nonstop. And you have to like kind of at least say, hey, like I think that's a kindness. But if you know that within a few minutes you can start turning to proselytizing your crazy religion, people will leave you alone. And so it's like with Tom Cruise, if he ever gets annoyed, he can be like, have you ever done any readings of the initial L. Ron Hubbard papers before he even wrote the Book of Scientology, before Dianetics was even on the table? I mean, this stuff. And so it seems to me like when you're the megastar, when he still can be this Scientologist and go and have #1 movies and shit, I'm like, there's some kind of celebrity defense mechanism to having a wild belief system. You know?
Don't think it's just blackmail?
Madonna wearing the red Kabbalah bracelet. So
yeah.
Do you know about my bracelet? I don't know. It might be. He might have gotten too deep. There may be some.
I don't know. I mean, Tom Cruise, I would consider. Like, I would hear him out.
I'm definitely gonna hear him out. I'm gonna be honest. I've been trying to find an L. Ron Hubbard e-meter on eBay.
That would be sick.
Right.
I didn't know you could even.
You can buy them, but there's very few because they don't want them getting outside of Scientology. So I keep sending bids to these. It'll be like $350. I'm like, I wonder if they take $150 on this, and then we could do readings on the show.
That would be
don't know how to read.
Oh my god!
I know. If anybody out there has a hookup on an e-meter, I'm looking to do some reading. I also think keeping a copy in your house is smart. Okay, let's get off of Scientology. Okay. Let's talk about a different religion. Let's talk about the art of. You called it earlier while we were watching The Greatest Showman, because I forced Peter to watch The Greatest Showman, which is by all means a terrible movie. That being a salesman is like. It's the oldest profession.
It's one of the oldest professions.
Well,
They
say the oldest profession is being a worker, an escort of the night.
Yes.
But I think you have to be in sales before you can get the sale. You know, they're out there selling the
there
product.
You go. Okay, that's true.
So it kind of comes down to like convincing people to do things with their money is the oldest job.
Yeah.
Since we had money.
Yeah.
Your dad was Billy Mays. He sold a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I don't want to spend all the time on this, but I want to say...
let's get into it.
I want to say that you do a very nuanced version, and I think I do a nuanced version of being a salesman while kind of maybe your product is a little closer to you than something he would have been hired to sell.
Yeah.
And it is like a weird fine line to be artistically as credible as possible and still like use the methods of normal sales to get people to be a part of things.
Yeah.
Do you think, is there any times where you're like, that's too far on the sales pitch?
I mean, I think it's probably been to my detriment that I haven't, like, that I've been resistant to just being a salesperson.
Yeah, like just do the things.
Like the moment my dad died, everyone just started saying like, "Oh, are you
taking over the mantle?"
Yeah, honestly, like they had me.
The family business.
There's a clip of me at the hotel, like the day of my dad's funeral. We all wore blue shirts and khaki pants, like all the casket people. And there's a clip of me because Discovery Channel was doing a tribute episode, so they got interviews with everyone, and they kind of like made me say like, "Hi, Billy Mays here for my dad. I love you, Dad." Like, and I was like 20. I was like 21,
and you're dealing with the most traumatic event of your life.
And looking back, I I don't know. I guess it's cool that that moment exists, but I was also like, man, that was weird that they were they were pushing that.
Yeah.
It was like that was when I started being like, nope, I don't do that. I am not a salesman. I'm a musician, and then I went on my journey. I put out an album that year that he died, 2009, and it was like therapeutic, and it was very welcomed, and everyone liked it. It's a very hopeful album, but it's about grief and stuff.
Yeah.
It's instrumental music. But then I sort of went on this like psychedelic journey for a couple years, and I kind of lost a lot of the people that were like pulling for me. They were like, "Oh yeah, he can make some music."
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I would say it's interesting.
I was live streaming on Ustream. Do you remember Ustream?
Ustream, I do remember. Did it?
It was like
is it still even around?
360p like streams, and you had time limits, and ads would come up, but like way before any like chats were available. And
Peter's coming to save me.
I'd be on mushrooms and just like streaming, and there's footage of it, and it doesn't make any sense that that's what I thought I should be doing at that time when I had like all these eyes on me,
Am I? No, it's the fucking ghosts.
Yeah, sorry for the hauntings. But it is like there is something kind of interesting to like, hey, all of these people are looking at me because they know who I am because of my dad, and you going, what I'm gonna give you is me on mushrooms noodling out some tunes, reverbing the hell out of things.
It took me a little too long, I think, to maybe accept that part of my destiny, and now I'm, as we were talking before this, I'm kind of coming around to it in a bigger way than I ever thought I would.
Yeah, but I think you have to like kind of rebel against things 100. Like my mom just wrote a book that's coming out in October.
I've never seen that.
Reading this book, which I haven't forced Peter to do it yet, but like, what is he doing?
He's trying to licked under.
Yeah, he's just.
I thought that was just part of the hospitality.
I want to say too, Billy does not usually covered in this much hair. This is added by me. I'm not trying to make
underneath usually.
Oh yeah. Well, we respect the hair, but Bobby will get on you before you come in here. You have to kind of rebel against these things first before you can be like, oh, this is 100% what I should be doing, or like the validity of this is good. Compared to, I should be in a completely different lane.
Yeah. Well, what is that for you? Like, I actually don't know you don't have to go deep into it, but just like tell me your mom's book and everything.
Both of my grandparents were preachers in both the Methodist and Baptist churches. Their whole life were preachers. So both of my parents are preachers' kids. So me dealing with being a wild, gay, crazy, like beyond just the gay thing, like I was nuts back in the day. I know. There's still people out there who are like, we think he's hiding a wife. And I was like, Allie, we should get Lavender married and make this for real. But no, she has a boyfriend now. And I think through substances, especially, and through drinking and just sort of like doing being kind of a danger head of like, oh, you guys are worried? Just wait till you see this.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, you know what? It's okay that they have this strong faith. But with it coming from that, like, my last conversation with my grandfather on my mom's side was like, hey, if you're just going to keep selling me this product instead of actually talking to me, we're never going to have a real connection. If every conversation we have is you trying to push this thing to me that I think you believe in and you have, I'm just not going to be a part of it. And that was even like post me not drinking anymore. And so her book is about her learning through me learning that like, there's different ways to love people than just the way the church is telling you. And like, these things are fine. And I understand why you were mad about them, but me kind of having to tuck my tail and go back and be in wrestling and be in this public spotlight. She's sort of saying like, I've learned to treat people with respect and learn to learn about different people and learn to like take people in as they are. And that kind of made her a stronger Christian, seeing the way I'm reacting with people.
All right. That's awesome.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Awesome.
And also, I don't have to write the first book because like the story's there. She did the work for me.
Yeah.
Now we can just jump right into the middle of the story.
Nice.
It's insane. Is it hot in here, or am I just hot?
I give off a lot of heat. It could be me.
I
You
give
see
off a
my
lot of heat.
glasses.
Okay, we can turn the heat.
We're just hot people.
Let's run that air up.
I knew my glasses were gonna fog up. That's just how it is.
I can just feel myself. It's not just the light. I know it's. Is our air conditioner broken? No.
It's just very hot.
Oh.
What's the book called?
Raising a Rebel.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Perfect. Oh,
it'll be
cool.
fun. I just saw the cover and it's egregiously me. My mom was like, I don't think the cover is highlighting me very much. And I was like,
oh, that's going to be so beautiful.
I was like, you'll be highlighted.
That's
don't
awesome.
worry.
I love that.
I'm bringing her out to a bunch of the wrestling shows. So
Cool.
we're going to do like early day book signings and then just have her at the merch table.
That's
selling
great.
the book at the show. And having my mom on the road is going to be great because promoters are going to treat me better when people are excited to come see my mom.
Yeah.
They'll probably give me more of a food credit on these things.
I could see that. Yep.
Okay, so you were around before Billy Mays was Billy Mays. Like this didn't happen and then you were born. This was something that happened while you were like starting to get into your teens, right?
Yeah. So my dad was a traveling salesman from the time he was like 18 to 40.
Yeah,
like
just
into
on the
his
road,
30s.
door to door.
No, not door to door, more like home and garden shows and
Okay,
state
okay.
fairs. And he would have a booth and he would have a product and you have to pay your own way. It's actually a lot like wrestling.
Yeah.
You're just a contractor and you're like renting a booth space.
And you're trying to go in there
and you can make a
the
ton of
sales
money
you
in a
have.
weekend, but you also cannot make a ton of money.
Yeah,
like it
you
just
don't
depends.
know.
But you're putting the money up to get there. And so that was his life. And my mom and dad got divorced when I was like 4 or something.
Okay.
And it was because of that. He was just like, he had this vision of just like, this is the only way to make money. And he can see it. And
he's in control of it, I feel like a little
Yeah,
bit. Where
yeah.
you're taking that risk and you're going, I trust that I can sell enough stuff to make this
I mean, he
worth
was
it.
really good. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I'd be at the home shows. He'd be selling like, he had a product called the Washmatic that was a hose that you put in a bucket with no running water and you can wash your car and you pump it. It's actually a crazy
That's
product.
great.
I just talked to someone who's trying to bring it back because it's like kind of a magical product. But then he had like a salsa master that was just a food processor. And I just remember that he was like famous at these shows.
Yeah, people wanted to go see him.
Yeah, like not
sell
just the
and-
people buying, but the other sellers.
Oh,
were
like they
like
knew
this
he
guy
was
makes
the
all the
guy.
money. Like he's taken over that whole block of booths.
Yeah, don't set up near Billy Mays.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. He
I
would
get
always
that
get the
one
corner
on merch.
spot.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. So I already felt like he was doing something, but I didn't really get it. And my mom didn't get it, but she was also part of that world. And what she'll tell you now to this day is that he just knew that he was gonna like make it doing this,
Yeah,
and which
and
doesn't
so-
make any sense. Like, who's gonna be like a
But
famous salesman?
and also like at the time, what he became was not a position that really existed at all.
No, but now my mom's like, I wish I would have just believed him. Like I didn't give him a chance. I just thought he was crazy. Like, and they were always
You have to
amicable.
sound
and-
crazy to
Yeah.
do stuff like that.
So then he did like Home Shopping Network, and
That was a huge deal back in the day.
yeah,
That's
and
like-
he was like the best at that. He would do this thing where he would be live and they'd be bleeping him out and stuff because he would just like grab the cameraman and he'd be like,
get
"Look at
over
this
here.
shit."
Yeah. You got to look at this.
And so he just like crushed that, and then he didn't really get famous until he was like 40 or 41.
yeah.
And then he died when he was 50. So if you think about it, that was his whole like fun time.
You know, I think sometimes though too, and I'm going to sound a little egotistical, but I think about like how many things I've already gotten to experience in life and how some of those experiences are extremely rare. To just like, if you look at humans, there are very few people who have performed at Hammerstein or gone to Japan to wrestle. And so I go like, I hope I live like a very long time. But I also think it's really nice when you can look at someone's life and go like, they really knocked a lot of stuff out in the time they were here. And that legacy is like crazy because, I mean, it's still beyond memeable in like the year of our Lord 2026.
It's weird. There's just like a lot of converging reasons that he's even what he is like now.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. And I think it's the meme stuff. There was a lot of those like YouTube poops. Have you ever heard of that? Where it's like super cuts of like skits of taking his words and making him say other things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dubs.
Yeah, the dubs.
Djibouti dubs. That's one of the biggest ones. And
Those
I
are
know
incredible.
Justin Djibouti.
Really?
Yeah. Like we've connected a couple times over the years. He's great.
That's awesome.
And
'Cause
so he's
I
a
remember
big
those
part of it.
popping up. And that's like pre a lot of the TikToks and stuff we get now where it's like you were still having to like show your friends viral videos. And I remember you could always pop that one up and they would crack up.
He told me that he did the first one. It was for Kaboom. The first one he did went super viral.
Yeah.
He was in high school and he was like famous in his high school because it went viral. So he's like, I owe it all to your dad, man. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
damn.
That's fantastic.
And now they have like a whole network, like, you know, this kind of thing, just streaming all the time.
Have you seen the Broom Shakalaka?
I don't know.
where the guy is selling the product on an infomercial called Broom Shakalaka.
I don't
and
think
it
so.
saves you. It was an Adult Swim thing where it saves you so much time that it's going to bring back his daughter's life. Like he's going to be able to bring his daughter back from the dead because the Broom Shakalaka has saved so much time for humanity.
Oh my god! I remember a lot of their old like infomercial Adult Swim stuff.
It reads a lot like they got excited about someone being excited. Like the way Billy Mays was excited about things, the way your dad was pumped about these products that weren't. Like we mentioned the Ron Popeil thing earlier where you talked about he was doing more of these short form things than these long drawn out infomercials.
Yeah.
And Ron Popeil also had to have like the Popeil of it, like his name was on it, or Jack LaLanne having the like his name was on it. He was a dude who was coming in and going like, this isn't Billy Mays OxyClean. This isn't Billy Mays what was it called? Kaboom? Kaboom.
Yeah. They were all owned by Orange Clean, Orange Glow, Kaboom, and OxyClean were all owned by, they were invented by the same father-son duo.
Yeah, but they couldn't sell the product.
No, that was the whole story.
Yeah,
is that that's what happened. Is
to be able to be like, hey, this guy who's like third party to our corporation is going to be the best dude to come in here and sell these products. Where like I think a lot of Popeil sales, you go, well, I mean, it must be good. He wouldn't put his name on it if it wasn't. But he's going, no, this is good. I don't even have to put my name on it.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
well, yeah. I mean, so that's I've had some parallels in my life when in the last 10 years of realizing slowly that when you're a DIY traveling musician, I'm kind of doing that. I'm going to these little festivals. I'm going to like some basement show, and I'm setting up a merch table, and I'm doing a show, and then I'm like, hey,
please come talk to me. I need $5 from all of you.
Like literally.
There's the Manchester Orchestra song $100. Have you heard this?
Where
I think
so.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I just need $100 from you.
Yeah.
You. And I just like sometimes I feel like that energy. I try to not have that energy ever, but it's sometimes you're just like, okay, well, I told a bunch of people, they were like asking me, and I was joking around about matches, and I was like, once people realize my match is just a commercial for the merch table, they'll understand how to actually make pro wrestling. And I don't think that's a dismissive way of looking at what the pro wrestling is. Like obviously that is what they're there to see, but amongst all the pro wrestling they're going to see, or if you're on a card with a bunch of bands, it's like I have to shine out enough to go like, they only have so much money in their wallet. And I used to worry when I would do like big on merch and other people wouldn't, but now I'm like, no, get better.
Yeah.
Do better and have a
true.
better commercial in the ring because they're coming up and they want to see me. And it is interesting to have like, because you're not making pop music, you're not Sabrina Carpenter, but you still have to like be able to sell this on a personal level to people.
Yeah.
And in the age we're in now, where like, I would almost say advertising in any form, people are they second guess it or they question it, or there's a little bit of like, non-belief to some of it. Like I almost will see commercials sometimes for food or for stuff where I'm like, screw you. You lied to me. I know that's not what this is. I know that's not true. And to sort of take something that like maybe not everybody is going to be into, the genre of music, but I think they're into you and then they want to be into it. Like you're making people want to grow their tastes.
Yeah.
And then able to use that sales.
That's a big part of like you're explaining like my thought process and like my hope that I'm trying. Like I don't always see it that way. Like I don't always see it actually playing out that way.
Yeah.
But I think that is exactly it. Is like I am like a very outgoing like extroverted person.
Yeah.
And I build community and I do all these things, but like my music is very cathartic and grief and introverted, and that's just how it is. I don't know why, that's just what it is.
Yeah. And it's not, I don't know. There's something, I used to watch the Twitch streams you did back in the day.
Yeah, I remember.
And there's something very like it's almost a drug instead of like an album I need to put, like it's an experience.
Yeah.
And I don't think people always know how to approach that, especially in like a live setting or in a concert setting. Do you find people like, do you have super fans? Do you have people that are like out there about it?
I do. My problem is that like I kind of don't like them being like, I don't like having fans sometimes.
Because you think there's expectation, because this is what I think.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we're huge fans of this thing you did. Are you doing that? And you're like, no, I'm just trying some new stuff. And I'm an artist and I'm going.
Well, to what we were talking about before, I like, when I went through that whole thing, because you were talking about the expectations of your family and stuff like that, like I think what I did was I didn't really there wasn't that much pressure for me to be a pitchman when my dad died, like coming from any real sources. But I think all the people that connected with me in the public, there was this
Right.
expectation of that. So I was rebelling against them. I was like, no, I actually just want to
can't
be
be
this
what
like
you want me to
artist.
be.
Yeah. So I think that was the rebellion, and I still kind of do that. Like when someone is a super fan, I'm kind of just like, I try to demystify the situation. I feel like, and I just talk to them, and I
Yeah,
try not
just
to
treat
be
them
like
like
have a
people.
mystique about it. You know, I don't know. That's that. Once again,
my
that might
real
be to my
problem
detriment.
is I keep getting hit in the head, and I will run into people that I've run into at 2 or 3
Oh,
shows,
yeah.
and they'll be like, "Do you remember me?" And I'll be like, "I was just pummeled in the face."
Well, that happens to me, and I don't get hit in the head. So,
okay, so it's not.
well, I'm kind of like astral projecting, like during
Yeah.
my set. So there's
Yeah,
always
so
like,
you're in another planet.
Yeah.
Anyway. Mine is just concussion based.
Yeah.
But I think that there's an excitement, and also the way you're saying about like you didn't really feel pressure from friends and family, but I also understand that they're probably looking at you going, there's a pretty wide open window here for you to just make money if you just put on the costume
Yeah.
and be your dad.
yeah.
And I love that you rebelled against, because I think timelines work out in the right way.
I remember people telling me like, if I didn't do something within 5 years, no one was ever going to care again. That's what a couple people in the
Wow.
industry told me, and I just hated that idea. I was like, I don't want to just like jump on it
Yeah.
because I have to. And now we come to 2026, and somehow there's more energy around like my dad's energy than there ever has been in some ways.
It is kind of crazy, the staying power of it.
Yeah.
Because I think about how many things have been in the popular culture, and like they just don't last as long. Like it's, how do I put this? I don't understand exactly how it has had this staying power in comparison to other things, but there's something about the sort of memeability and the sort of like you understand what you're going to look at when you pop on a Billy Mays thing, and he's excited and he's this. I think almost the positivity of it kind of like gives it more staying power than something that may be a misfortune video that stayed in the
Well,
limelight.
I get to kind of every, I don't know, 3 months I have like a viral post about my dad, something, you know.
Yeah.
And right now
You've been doing the song series.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is
Yeah, that's
incredible.
That's been like my first thing of like just planned out. Like I had this idea and I wanted to do it because there are all these songs that mention my dad. But even without that, like there's just always something that even sometimes it's just like a tribute post on his death anniversary, and it just goes. But I don't know if you remember when I had the tweet about somebody left OxyClean at his grave.
I think
That was like a crazy viral thing in 2024, to the point where I got like news like calling me, and like it's still, this tweet gets shared everywhere. All I said was I just got to Pittsburgh, I visited my dad's grave, and someone left OxyClean. That was it. It has like 30 million views on Twitter, and then it's got articles about it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure
Reddit.
it gets copied and shared
Yeah.
everywhere else. Where like
Like
you don't even know.
I've met
the true
people
reach.
through this whole thing, like just like crazy situations. And then not only that, then I went back the next year and there was more OxyClean, and I just did an update. And that one had like the same thing. So I get to sort of scan the temperature of the responses and what is this really about? And it's exactly what you said. Like there's some kind of like people just, there's some pure energy about like the art that he did.
Yeah.
And what it was just like speaking directly to you and not like trying to trick you or something.
Yes. And the products were good.
Yeah. Well, some of them. Yeah, there's a couple of stinkers.
Well, listen,
but
you gotta have the Rolling Stones. If you look at the album list, there's about 3 really good albums, and they're still legends. I still use OxyClean. I'm gonna be honest, because I just like my millennial brain trusts that that's gonna be the
I hear that
product.
all the time, and it's a lot of what I see is like I was a kid watching Nickelodeon, and your dad would come on and I would like get excited, and they were like, it was like in people's homes in such a specific way. And I don't know. I think there's just something I didn't get to experience it because I wasn't not me during that time. So I couldn't see it as anything, but that was my dad.
Yeah. Like my dad's on TV again. It just, it kind of scans past you.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Is he from Pittsburgh?
Yeah. We're from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania.
Dude, I
Small
love
town.
Pittsburgh.
I love Pittsburgh.
I got in an Uber in Pittsburgh the other day. I was going to work for MV Young's 880 Wrestling in Pittsburgh. And the Uber driver was like really into wrestling, was talking to me about Danhausen and stuff. But I told him, I said, this town reminds me of Brooklyn, West Virginia. And he goes, well, I've never been to Brooklyn, West Virginia. And I was like, well, it's not a real place. I'm saying it reminds me of a combination of Brooklyn if it was in West Virginia.
I could totally see that.
It's so much fun.
That's even what the accent is like. The Pittsburgh accent is like somehow it's this mixture of all the...
Inns are crazy. Every time I go there, I'm just like fascinated by how weird and queer and strange.
Yeah.
It's just a fun place.
I grew up there for about 18 years and moved away. So I didn't really experience it like that. And then now every time I go back, I love it. And I'm just like, this is my city.
They took me to a gay bar there the last time that I guess the guy turned down $5 million to sell it. On the second floor, they have fully nude go-go dancers.
Sick.
And you're just like, only in Pittsburgh am I running into these things.
Yeah.
It sort of seems like its own country almost.
Yeah.
Okay, back to when they see your dad on TV. I follow a rule that I think I probably follow because of him, where I call it the Ronald McDonald rule, where like if you see Ronald McDonald, he's wearing that outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see Billy Mays, he's wearing that outfit. And when you see Effy, I've had people like Allie especially was like, we should match our outfits. And I was like, no, because people have to know, no matter if anything changes, like that's who I'm looking at. And he's one of the few people that like, even on TV shows, characters are not wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
They may have signature looks, but like having a really signature look that you're seeing in every time, I think is like a real trick to the game.
Well, this is funny because something came up recently that made me remember that when he was at like the height, like 2008, I was living with him and I was working with him on set and everything. And I kept saying like, you need to let some gray hair come in. Like it's starting to get a little bit like
you're unaged forever.
Yeah, and I was like, I think it'll just like endear you to the people. Like let a little salt and pepper in. And he's just like so against it. He would always just be like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? And I was
honestly, I love to hear that.
And he's probably right, you know, like with what you're saying, like he was right.
You
know?
also have to think like people don't want to be reminded of their own age.
Yeah.
And so if Billy Mays is starting to get gray hairs, how old am I getting now? Kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Where like there is a comfort level to like, no, he looks exactly the same since 2000.
Yeah. Well, that is what I said is that maybe like, cause he would have been 68 last month. And then maybe that's what I was thinking is like, hopefully by now he would have done something different because that would have been it might have gotten a little sad or something.
No, I don't know. What's sad is when the guys go on the HGH at that age and you're like, hey man, I know what's going on here. I don't know. Who knows what would have happened? I mean,
honestly, I think about it all the time and I don't want to say it but I'm going to say it. There's this vision that I have. That
I hope you're going to say what I'm thinking.
It's probably not. I think that if he would have died, or if he would have not died when he died, unfortunately, I think that he would have gone on this path that would have led to him being like the series of events would have led him to Celebrity Apprentice, and I think he would have been friends with Trump. Like in that time, and then that would have led to some.
Now, see, I was gonna say the exact opposite.
See,
I think what would have happened is
President of the United States of America.
I don't think Trump would have happened.
Well, then, okay, that's something. Okay, I can work with that.
I think
'cause
Trump
when I
would have
think
gone,
about this line of thought, I'm like, well,
wow,
we
Billy,
got lucky.
I see what you're saying. There's no reason I should run. You'd be great. You could pitch to America.
Your father dying was a national tragedy. We just don't know how much of a national tragedy.
Yeah, that never crossed my mind, but now that like that helps me feel like better than what I was saying because I have these like clear visions of how they had like the My Pillow dude. Like I just had this vision that my dad would have fell into this
My Pillow trap. But I also think like it. Yes, in sales, you're trying to convince people to give you money for a thing, right? And Trump is also in sales, but I think your dad had a better vision to go. I can't lie to these people. Mm-hmm. Trump was fine lying at every stage. And I also think your dad would have looked at that as like, you're kind of a bad person, but also this is going against how you should actually do sales. I think you're not giving him enough credit. And maybe they would have.
No, you're right. I mean,
but if he was in charge instead of RFK Jr. of the health department, I think we might be in a better. I don't think I would have.
We do have to remember that the ShamWow guy does exist, and he is kind of like the evil shadow version.
I'm not gonna comment. I'm just not. I'm not because the dude is waiting for me to. He would love for me to.
Yeah. He wants.
I don't want.
I know how this goes.
I don't
want
want
to
to
do clickbait on this. We can cut that joke.
Yeah.
No, do you think if he'd still been around that some of these guys would have never gotten the rise? Like I think about, the dude who does the Flex Seal?
Phil Swift.
Yeah. There was a real wide opening for Phil Swift to step in there and really own the market. And I think he does a great job.
No, I think he does
Phil
too.
Swift.
Yeah, I
he's
think
excited.
he's
He's a different kind of excited.
Yeah.
But
I think
he
he's
came
good.
in with that blue shirt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, and if I've heard him comment that like, he says he takes no inspiration from.
Oh, I thought he was going to say like I have great respect for him. Of
no,
course
I mean he
him.
probably does. I mean I haven't heard it, but
yeah,
it's all good.
Okay.
But from what I hear, that's his product. Like that those are his products, and he stepped up. So I respect that.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
I've never had any issue with the Flex Seal. It does seem like there are sometimes ways that these products are being sold to me by him that it does feel like he's telling me I could get away with a crime. Okay. Where he's like, it won't leak ever if you cover it in Flex Seal. You can cover it in Flex Seal and no liquid will escape. Cover it in lye first and then use the Flex Seal over it, and the mummified shape of whatever's underneath will be like
he
the
does
ashes
have
of
like
Pompeii.
a mischievous kind of like.
Why are there
look
so many
behind
holes
it.
in your boat
Yeah.
unless you're shooting people on it? It does seem like a bullet hole item. I'm no shade. I listen. I needed Flex Seal in my life at many times, and I think it's helped a lot of Americans. But I do think that you could. I think if you soaked a body in Flex Seal, it would. Okay, I don't want to get too
for the blood stains.
I don't want to get too into the weeds with that one. You're a wrestling fan too, though, right?
Yes,
that's
lifelong.
Really magic to me.
Yeah.
Have you gone to a lot of live wrestling?
Yeah. I go to Deep South sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's how I met him.
Yeah,
the first
Stone
time.
Marshall.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm at a point where I'm sure you can relate, but like I grew up with like WWE and all, WWF and WCW and all that, but it took me a little too long to kind of like really get over WWE because it's like in a bad spot, It
doesn't seem to be going in a direction that I'm interested
exactly.
in.
And like that's where I'm at. So I'm sort of like diversifying right now. I'm like in the process of just like getting more into AEW and just indies more.
Yeah. I think there's too much selection out there now.
Yeah.
And even with stuff like, these smaller indies that are popping up on the internet, it's very easy to find a lot of this stuff. And I think music probably falls in that same category
for sure.
where like you are going to run across artists if you're just scrolling on your phone, and run across other things that you're just scrolling on your phone that like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to come across these things unless they were given to you by the distribution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think specifically, like a little bit of the way I approach wrestling is like sort of to make sure it's nothing like that. So there's a lot of wild stuff out there. Do you think this internet distribution and the way things are moving, like, do you think it's as much of a blessing as I do, or do you think it sometimes puts the wrong people in front of you that aren't really ready to appreciate what you're trying to put out there?
I mean, I think what you just said is like both sides of it.
Yeah,
exactly. Like,
because
sometimes the right thing isn't what gets the attention.
The attention, right? But I've been really pumped lately. Of like, I've been getting tagged in a lot of like. There's one clip of me and Devon Monroe, and it's Devon Monroe doing my spot where I go to the knees after at International because I couldn't go to my knees because my knees hurt. And it's like there's at least 20 reaction videos with millions of views of them being like, this is what wrestling is now. And so all I've been doing is commenting on there, hey, if you want to find more gay wrestling, follow my page. And it's all these hateful comments, and I'm going, if you just go like, hey, it's cool, they seem to follow along. So I almost like I think we can make use of this evil energy to bring people back.
Well, I mean, just what I've observed, I think you're like a pioneer in this field. I don't know if that's I don't want to like blow smoke, but
I needed to hear it. It's been a long week.
Like you came across my feed like long before we were ever even like remotely connected, and I was just like actually it was a friend in Atlanta. My friend Seth, I think, brought you up to me. And I was like, yeah, I gotta look up Effy, I guess. And then that was it. And once you're in the Effy, like
you're
the
in.
hole you're in.
It's a lot. I don't know. I had a lot of bad press for a while, and I kept just like trying to spin it. You know what I mean?
No, and
Like,
I think it works. I think, I mean,
it's been really fun. But I also forget how much stuff I've done in wrestling. Like, I'm the most what's the next thing person you can imagine. They all say I run on momentum, which is fantastic, but it's also like I'll have people come up to me at shows and be like, I saw you 8 years ago at Fest Wrestling in Florida, or I saw you 10 years, and you're going, holy mackerel, I have been just like constantly doing wrestling and pissing people off. Like, it just continues to be a thing.
You worked with the Cheese.
I did work with the Cheese.
I know the Cheese.
Yo, the Cheese is awesome. The Cheese actually helped on a lot of the GCW shows in Florida, but also I just get pumped because the Cheese and Stunt and like a bunch of wrestlers are now working for the Savannah Bananas, which is like my favorite thing in the world that they exist.
Yeah.
There's
It's
only
so hard to get tickets, though.
It's so hard to get tickets. They own the thing, but it's one of the final forms of sports entertainment, which I think is the greatest entertainment of all time. So you have Monster Jam, you have the Harlem Globetrotters, you have professional wrestling, you have medieval times, and you have professional. And wait, what's the last one? I just said
Savannah
it.
Bananas.
Savannah Bananas. maybe there's some roller derbies that are like that, but like it's the only great like preconceived sports items left.
Yeah,
and it rocks.
Well, then that begs the question: like, what's another one that's not there? Like, what's not made yet,
or what is already? And
what's already there that maybe just needs that, like the Savannah Bananas treatment.
Yeah, but I think it's problematic because I'm looking at. I think UFC is all rigged. Yeah. I think all of this boxing is rigged, and I think we're at least like we're. I don't want to say like we're like happy little clean children who would never tell a lie, but we're like kind of okay with admitting it's rigged. Yeah. It's predetermined, and they're sort of still acting like, no, this is real. Brother, let me tell you something. If you told me I can get an extra $1 million if I let a dude knock me out, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. Yeah. Let me tell you, that's how it's been going since the dawn of time. Yeah. You can't do that with music, though. Can you?
I don't know.
Milli Vanilli style, maybe.
I guess now that we're going to find out, like, with AI and all this shit. Like,
okay, let's get into it, because I got really pissed off before you came over, not at you, but at they're showing the Eli Roth Ice Cream Man AI movie
I saw,
in 35 millimeter film, which means they put generative AI on 35 millimeter film. Obviously, we're not going to have a nuanced conversation here about the pros and cons of AI because I fucking hate generative AI. Yeah. Peter, can we get a sticker?
You have one behind you.
How is it attached? I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me grab one.
Peter took the international symbols for like toxic radiation waste that are these faces, so it's like across humanity you'll know, and just put Comic Sans AI across the forehead because we kept running into Bobby. We kept running into the ads on the MARTA are all AI now. Yeah, and it's just like I'm very tired of it, and I'm very tired of how it's getting harder to figure out. Like it's.
Oh, yeah.
I put this song on the other day for Peter, that Phoenix Flexen song that was 100% AI, and I had no idea. Really? How did I not know?
The music is really creepy.
It is creepy.
Really creepy.
But there does seem to be, and I hope you can agree with me, like a push to make stuff on your own.
Yeah, I mean, at least in my algorithms and stuff, but who knows what the average person is seeing? From what I can tell, a lot of people don't give a shit. There's a lot of AI psychosis out there.
Someone tricked me by making me listen to AI music and then told me later on that it was AI music, and it felt like a deep betrayal.
Yeah. Like I need to research the artist now, like before I even care. Right. Like I need to know what's going on. Like, where is this coming from? What did you use? That kind of thing.
I think it also it's causing me to seek out like grimier, weirder shit that almost is not good on purpose in a way where like there's humanity to it.
Totally.
But I am going to say here, We Are Charlie Kirk was my top track of.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can't lie about that.
And actually, that wasn't. We actually found out that wasn't AI.
It wasn't.
It was Angels. Angels sent the message to the computer.
Well, we knew that.
What they said. Yeah, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm absolutely kidding. It's a real problem in wrestling. Like it is. John Cena posted a fucking AI picture today.
Yep, it was the gloves.
The fist of him and Lesnar and AJ.
Did you see the Mario Lopez?
No.
That was a bad one.
What?
Oh,
It maybe takes the cake for the worst AI thing that a celebrity
AI
has
posting,
posted. Because that just raises a lot of questions about a lot of things.
it was
for
that
me.
he took his niece to a baseball game or
Yes.
something, and then
with
can't
the
take her
hot
anywhere,
dog
and
throw up?
and it's like, ugh. And
Yeah,
everyone just
he's-
dogged on him, and he left it up for like, I don't know, 36 hours or something.
I think that's a guy they have to plug in every night. Like he's
Yeah.
one of the first tests. That man has been. He's looked exactly the same for 30 years because I think they just like replaced him out. Who else do we think has been replaced out? I know Mario Lopez has. I'm pretty sure Katy Perry is 3 different women.
I think Dick Clark was the prototype. I think the reason we
Okay.
had Dick Clark for so long is they just kept switching him out
with a new
you
model?
little iterative, generative versions of Dick Clark.
I've seen way more pushback though recently in wrestling
Yeah.
against people
Flyers and
using
stuff,
it, and then like someone told me, I don't want to like, I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm not gonna out you yet, but I was like, hey, why are you using this AI? Like I specifically was like, why are you doing this? And they were just like, oh, well, I can't get this many promos done unless I use it. And I was like, then you don't need to get that many promos done.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I used to be a little more particular about like if I'm going to put out a promo or put out a video or put out any kind of product that is Effy, it needs to be really good and I need to make sure it's really good. And now I'm sort of like, hey guys, this Friday, and getting the same response. And I think people are almost appreciating more like,
Yeah.
we can tell this is really you. We can tell you're really
Yeah.
just recording this.
It goes a long way.
Are you putting out any live recordings?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a Patreon as well.
We've got things to put over.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean,
you
I'm
get
not
twisted?
bringing it up for the plug, but yeah, I do have a Patreon. It's $3.33 a month.
That's awesome.
And I have a decent amount of subscribers. And for a while, I was releasing like a song a week, like different things. I've gone through all these different, I guess, programs
yeah.
for it. But yeah, I'm always putting out, like when I play these shows, like I play a quarterly show at Kava Mama here in
Yes.
Atlanta. I usually record the room and I kind of mix it and then I put it out the full 3-hour set for Patreon subscribers. But I'm still pulling like Twitch clips and putting them out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
because there was a lot of stuff that came from that time.
A ton of stuff, and it's like it's never going to be the same, even
Yeah.
if it's music or melodies or things you're revisiting. There is kind of a
No,
you're
everything I do
only-
is improvised. Like that's on purpose.
magic.
Like it's kind of like beyond me. It's like I can't. It's all like this battle of like how much can I not think about what I'm doing and tapping into this
How
thing.
long does it take to kind of get to that position?
I mean, it shouldn't. What do you mean?
Like I don't. I feel like if I'm a musician, I'm making music. I don't immediately go to I'm gonna get lost in the music and just see what happens. I feel
Well-
like there has to be a step to that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I brought up that the old streams that I did.
Yeah.
Like that was where it started, but it was where I discovered that I have to pull from this like infinite place where you can just always tap in. And
Infinite
I'm sure
third.
you're doing it with wrestling. Like that's
I think
part
it
of what
takes a
wrestling
long
is.
time
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do that. And
Yeah, and I didn't feel
also-
comfortable with it for quite a while, but that now it's like I feel more comfortable with that than planning something out
Yeah,
and writing it. Like it's more just that's different.
there is. I've found recently that like the more I have to kind of suffer through a day for wrestling, the better the match is going to
Mm-hmm.
be, because it's the moment where I get out there to actually do the thing where I go like, oh, this is where I don't have to worry
Yep.
anymore. I'm in the zone. Y'all can't bother me. You can watch me. You can look at me. You can't ask me questions right now. You can't see if I go sign these posters. You can't ask me to do your pod. Like it's so
Exactly.
many things where I'm like, there. It sort of is its own wall system of like, I have this space that's completely mine,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing you can do to change what I'm doing about it.
That's awesome to hear because that makes total sense. You've seen my setup, the pictures
Yeah.
where I'm on the ground. So it's literally like I'm setting up an altar of gear and candles.
It
and
looks
shit.
very cool.
So I get in there and like now that you're saying this, like I'm imagining because it's the same thing. I could be going through like the worst life experience, and I usually
Yes.
am going through something, and it's like I almost forget. I'm almost like dreading the show. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn
Yeah.
it on. But then I get in there, and I'm like, oh, this is all I have to do, and this is the thing that I built over 17 years.
and they're here to see the thing.
Yeah,
it's
well,
not,
it's really
I'm not
like I'm here
surprising
to
them.
see the thing. Like I'm here to experience the thing.
Yeah.
and like whoever's out there
Let's
is
see what
fine.
happens.
And now that you're saying it, like I'm picturing it like me like wrestling my ego like in like a Iron Man match, you know,
Yeah.
like during this 3-hour set. And
also being kind of open to like whatever comes up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I don't know, I've been a little more egregious about the randomness of what I'm doing out there, in as safe a way as possible. But like, it sort of becomes fun to go like, let me see if I can fuck this up and then bring it back. Let me see
that's exactly
how weird I can get with it. I told someone the other day though, I was like, every experience I've had, good or bad, within a few days, I've looked down at my feet and I've been in wrestling boots in a wrestling ring. And I'm sure you can kind of follow that where like, no matter what is happening in your life, you kind of can look and go, I was able to sit down and play music.
Yeah.
And that space is going to return no matter how good or bad the week is or whatever may be happening. That like, I kind of let out a sigh of relief. I used to get the like, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah.
And I would get it right before I'd go out, where I'd be like, it wouldn't even be like, you're not good enough or you're not this. It'd be like, what the fuck are you doing having pretend fights in your underwear, you piece of crap?
I'm sitting there like in the same thing, like who
yeah,
cares?
like,
You're in the corner of the room, like just conjuring, like
oh yeah, you're
like
gonna play music on the
yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
You're gonna save the world with, and it's
Yeah.
But then I sort of like started laughing at myself and was
Exactly.
like, no, you've made it all the way to this point. They want to see what's going to happen. Just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? I really enjoy fucking up in matches now because I'm not trying to, but like there's something magical about the release of like, all right, well.
The first moment I fuck up during a set is like when it comes alive, is what I feel. Like it's like
it sets
you
you
realize
free.
nothing bad happened when you messed up. You can kind of smirk at it and be like, okay, well, let's see what the fuck this is gonna be.
I think it reduces the tension in the
Yeah,
room of like,
exactly.
oh, we're allowed to get a little loose with this, you know.
Another thing about, and maybe you relate to this, but when I perform, it's part of that like demystifying thing. Like I genuinely feel that the people watching me or listening are like, I genuinely feel that like they are giving me the material in a weird way, and I
don't think that's that crazy.
Okay,
I think you can feel energies off people, and they're sending them out more than you think. Me and Peter have been experimenting with more telepathy lately, and it's been really fascinating.
How?
Well, we were having an experience in the backyard having a fire, and this is just like there's a few instances of it, but this one was the funniest. Peter's in the hammock with the dogs, and I just like get it in my heart to like bring the pipe over to Peter to smoke weed. And I looked at Peter, and Peter had a look on their face, and they were like, thank you. And I was like, don't do that again. And I could tell that there was like, we've created this weird connection where like, I think just through the power of coercion and sending thoughts, and we talk enough.
It's terrible that the other recent example of this is also based around passing a pipe back and forth.
Yeah, this is
but we were sitting on the couch, and I passed the pipe to you as you were thinking, I really want to get up and grab that. And
no, I didn't even want to. I remember thinking I should grab that bowl, and then you grabbed it, and I went, I didn't even want to grab the bowl. I was just hearing your thoughts.
Oh,
I love that.
I was hearing your thoughts.
The same thing happens with my partner. Like we'll be sitting there in the car in silence, and she'll bring something up, and I'd be like, it'd be the most random thing, and I was like, that? I'm literally going through thoughts leading to that moment. Like I thought that exact thing that you just said. Yeah. It happens all the time.
We've done enough research here now. We're proving it. This is hypothesis to thesis. Telepathy is real.
It is.
If you're cool enough. If you got cool partners in your life, you got cool people around you in your life, guess what? You can speak telepathically, just like Jean Grey, who is a comic character who may or may not be in the new MCU. We don't know. Are we past the embargo on that?
I haven't seen it, but I was spoiled, so I do know.
It's so good. I went and saw it in Screen X at Mall of America. There's no reason to see it in Screen X. But
is that like 4D?
It's the
stuff?
one that has the full wall. So it's not like the one that shakes.
Okay,
it just has the full wall.
Like the context.
It was done really well.
Okay.
I loved it. But see, we're also like, we're addicted to movies. And
yeah,
so
you do see a lot every time I listen.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I have that AMC pass, and like being on the road as much as I am, so they ask you when you get the pass, they're like, do you want to include New Jersey and California for $3 extra?
Really?
And I do, because the amount of times I find myself in New Jersey or California wanting to see a movie. But like if I land at 9 a.m., I'm just going to go see a movie. And then sometimes.
Do you like movies?
I love movies. I can only go to like a movie every month or two.
Yeah, you have like children.
That's the reason. That's the only reason.
Children
really.
in a life. I get it.
Yeah.
We've been excited more even about. We've got library cards now.
Yeah,
and
library
so
rules.
We've got Canopy and Hoopla, and we get to watch a bunch of like sick art films that pop up. The amount of like Japanese films and Chinese films that are coming up on there that like I don't know. We just watched this Chinese film, Resurrection.
Okay.
Is it Bon Ji? Is that his
Guy
name?
Bon.
Guy Bon?
Yeah.
Guy Bon. It's this movie in 6 acts that's supposed to be like I'm not explaining
It's
this well.
the 6 senses according to like traditional Buddhist like spiritual thinking, and it's impossible to describe.
It's so
this
crazy,
movie.
and every segment of this 6 piece is like different dream alter worlds.
What year are we talking?
2025.
Oh,
last
okay.
year.
Like, this
is
is
very
now.
recent.
Okay.
Very
Ooh.
recent.
And like one of them is the best vampire movie that I have ever seen my entire life.
Oh my god!
But that's not what the movie is about in any. It's just like these
That's
like
one of the
perfect. It's
things.
almost like
It's really cool.
It's like it's almost like sitting down with some sort of like spiritual teacher and them just being like, I'm imparting all of
Hell
this
yeah.
wisdom to you, and you go, oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about while you're watching this
Wow.
like very, very strange long film.
Is it called Resurrection?
It's called Resurrection.
Wow. Okay.
Giban. Who's like apparently a pretty famous Chinese director. from my
He
understanding.
had a movie that came out at Cannes that was like a very normal, straightforward movie, and then the last hour of it is in 3D for almost no reason whatsoever.
Oh yeah, it's a 3D single shot, like one shot
and
for
it
an
just
hour.
like confused people so much. But
love
he's
that.
like gone on to continue to make things where you go, oh, you're actually
He's doing a
really
thing.
doing something here.
Okay.
I love
Yeah. What's something that you've seen that's left a lasting impression? Like something.
I
that's
have a
kinda
favorite
get out
movie of
your-
all time
Ooh.
that came out in 2006. It's kind of, I don't know why. It's just it stood the test of like, what's your favorite movie of all time for me? The Fountain. Darren
Ooh.
Aronofsky's The Fountain
With
Hugh
is that
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman
And Rachel Weisz.
Hugh Jackman's crazy. I've only seen The Fountain once. I think I need to revisit it as an
I
adult.
love it.
Like,
I've watched it so many times. The soundtrack is Clint Mansell, Mogwai, and the Kronos Quartet. It's like a collaboration. The
That's crazy.
soundtrack alone is like an album. It's so good. But I don't know. There's something beautiful about it to me. I don't know. It's about death and accepting
Yeah.
death. So that's always my.
The
That's-
Fountain rules. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Maybe we gotta
I'm
do
a
a little
big Fountain
rewatch.
defender.
Like it's my letterboxd like all the way on the left, top 4 ever since I got my
Oh
account.
yeah, tell
like,
him the letterbox. Is it all Infinite Third?
Yeah, it's Infinite
We're
Third.
gonna plug all the
THIRD. Yeah,
socials.
yeah. Follow me on Letterboxd.
Infinite Third follow on Letterbox. They're not allowed to follow us on Letterbox until they sign up for the Patreon.
Oh,
Which
okay,
like if
that's
you
sick.
unsign up for the Patreon, I'm not taking it back. I can't take
Okay.
it back.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
get that forever.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
it
I
is-
should restrict my Letterboxd.
I don't know. We put the only way to restrict it is to put it under a secret name.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're
yeah, that's
both
the way.
under secret
Yeah,
names
sick.
that nobody knows. I don't know. It's pretty fun. I follow everybody back. I'm following you. This is gonna
Okay.
be great.
So you must be in some weird shit if The Fountain is your favorite
maybe,
movie.
yeah. I mean, I do like a lot of like experimental films. and
Okay,
stuff.
what do you think this is?
What do you mean?
Like the thing we're doing, like us being here on the
Like
Oh,
life?
This just got to
Yeah.
the biggest.
Oh man. Okay. Well, jeez. Well, I don't like.
What's hey Billy? What's the meaning of all existence?
What do you
I
think?
love that question.
Do
I
you
mean,
have a
well, you
theory?
know, I have like, I left you guys a sticker there. One of the stickers is "Remember You Are Dreaming." So that's a brand or like a phrase that I've been using since like 2012. I make
Okay.
shirts and I make merch, and that's always been the best thing I can like land on is that whatever it is, we are experiencing it as some kind of dream, and it's identical to just like a sleeping dream. It's the same principles of like if you ever heard of lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
We can use those same principles in our life to just become lucid in life. So it's this like, I don't know. I just don't know. I think that we do just wake up at the end somehow. Maybe
I've done a lot of lucid dreaming, and I got really deep into it for
Really?
a while. And I'll tell you what, it made my free will game spike all the way up.
Well,
because
shit.
I would be in these dreams, and I would like realize it, and I would go around and I would mess with stuff, and then I'd be in real life, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna go mess with stuff. I'm gonna see
Wow.
what happens.
yeah.
I also got really into lucid dreaming.
Okay.
And started doing things like building houses in the dream world, and
Wow.
you can do some interesting shit. in
My
there.
dream center is the Atlanta Six Flags. Like whenever I'm the most locked into a dream, I'm at the Atlanta Six Flags.
Wow.
Going around, and I think it's just because I've been there so much.
Yeah, mine is where I grew up in Mickey's Rocks.
Yeah?
It's my old house, and then across the street was a Giant Eagle, which is the grocery store. and it's just like me going back and forth between there because we used to walk there all the
solving
time.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Just
incredible.
like running around.
Yeah,
Mine is a island in the middle of the ocean.
Well, that seems
Wow.
like you're walled off from me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
going to survive in the salt.
See, what I did was I got tired of people popping up in my dreams, and so I built the house to throw a perpetual house party. And so everyone that I know is at the house party and not anywhere else. So if I need to go talk to somebody, I go to the house.
Bobby has made his way up into the
Likes
screen.
this conversation.
Hey, buddy. My belief is that we are all a part of a single conscious brain that's experiencing itself, and that the point of life is to figure out what's going on by asking what's going on, and we're all just a brain communicating with itself.
I mean, that to me that fits in with what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah,
like we would
100%.
experience that as a dream because it's
Yeah.
it's a consciousness with a reality that is generating itself. You're not controlling like what the walls look like, but you are controlling if you focus on the walls or not. And that's the same thing in a dream. Even when you lucid dream, you control like what you're doing and focusing on, but I don't find that I can control like
I'm not-
the setting. It's just generating itself, and it's like a procedural thing. That's how I've always
I
experienced
do
it.
keep having a strange dream where like werewolves are attacking me as I'm trying to get to a wrestling show. And I'm like just frustrated because I have to keep killing all these evil creatures to get to the show. And I'm like, we're not going to make the show in time. So if you guys want to read into that dream and tell
You
me,
just got to
what the
sign the
fuck's
autograph
going on.
and keep going and
see-
take a pic.
No, I had a knife in one of them. It was pretty
okay,
crazy.
shit.
It was a wild time. But like real like streets of London werewolves come to get me. And then I'm like, all I'm worried about is like, God dang it, I got to get to the show. This is so annoying. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Read my
do
dreams,
have ones where I'm playing a set and like the gear's not working or it's doing weird things.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there being like, I can make this work, but like it's not even my gear. It's like something like it's a whole
I
different
guess
thing.
I can play on this
Yeah,
thing.
and then I wake up and I'm like, oh wow, like that didn't happen.
That's magic.
Yeah.
I think we all should try to dream a little more. That's why I've been smoking mugwort. You know about
Yeah,
mugwort?
yeah.
You can do it as the tea. You don't have to smoke the mugwort.
What
but-
about Blue Lotus? You ever mess with Blue Lotus?
No, I heard about this guy Odysseus who was eating the lotus.
Oh, yeah, the Lotus.
And I made me a
But I
little
love
nervous.
it.
Wait, so what's the Blue Lotus do?
Well, I just find that it's really good for sleep in general.
Okay.
But it does give me weird dreams. It's a tea. You can also smoke it. And, we have it at Kava Mama, actually.
Okay.
It's like this blue
It sounds
flower.
Like you got to get over to Kava Mama.
Yeah, you definitely need to come over.
That's incredible.
But Blue Lotus is great. It actually it knocks you out, like not in like a bad way,
No,
in like a psychedelic way. But it doesn't. I don't think it's psychoactive, but it does. It's like mugwort in that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the flavor of the mugwort as a smoke.
Yeah.
It's a very cool, fun little. Don't smoke, okay, guys. Don't smoke. Just drink tea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I don't want to miss out on this because I want people to come support your Kickstarter.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're recording a new album.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time in the world history.
Yeah.
We're coming forward and we're making art.
That's,
What
yeah.
what exactly is your like goal with this new album?
The last time I did a crowdfund and a big album was 2017. It was
Okay.
called Channels, and I crowdfunded it for like $10,000, and it was successful and put out records. It was my first vinyl release.
Awesome.
So that was awesome. But since then I've kind of just been doing my thing, and then COVID kind of threw
Yeah.
everything off like everyone. But I've had this concept, Transmute Death. I've had the album art for like 7 years, and I've just kind of been waiting. To be completely honest, like the reason I haven't gone on this journey is that I don't feel that my production skills are what they need to be to make this happen. So I recently, last year, started working with a producer named Dylan Mixer. His name is Dylan Mixer.
That's incredible. That's like when you used to be called like Ron Baker, and
yeah.
you're like, well, what does he do? Well, he bakes bread.
There's a word for it. It's determinative nominalism.
Wow.
If you're like a surgeon, your name's like Johnny Scalpel or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge believer in. So I'm a Capricorn, and my name's Peter, which means rock, and Capricorn's the rock of the zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
My
That's
great
it.
great
There
grandfather.
it is. No, that's it.
My great great grandfather Jeff Toilet Bowl Scrubber was a legend at his job.
Well, okay, so Transmute Death. Oh, okay, so I've worked with Dylan now.
Yeah, Dylan
he's an
Mixer.
amazing. He's like a film composer. Like he's awesome. We put out an EP earlier this year that was kind of like practice, and it's called Cascade. It's on all the streaming services, but that gave me the confidence to be like, oh, it's time. Like, we got to do Transview Death. And I've been like selling him on this idea ever since we started working together that we're going to do this like concept album. It's going to be like, we're going to do a lot of weird shit in the production.
Yeah.
I'm almost looking at it like it's going to be like collage style, where we're going to pull from all these samples in weird places, but where it's also just like heavy and electronic and noise and all this stuff, and very cathartic.
Unrestricted.
Yeah. And that's just how I make music anyway. But this one just has like a vibe that I'm going for. And so it's also, there's like a lot of material. We're going to end up with like over 3 hours of music, and it's going to be like, there's going to be some secret releases. There's like an epilogue. There's a prequel EP.
Yeah.
There's
so
some remix album. But we're going to do vinyl, CD, cassettes, shirts, stickers. It's a whole era, you know.
Yeah, back to this whole digital AI revolution.
Yeah.
Thank God you're sticking with some real, actual release materials.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It makes sense to me.
I had a song the other day I was looking for on Apple Music by somebody, and they had taken it off of there, and you're like, oh, they literally can just like take it from you at any time.
Yeah,
we have no ownership over anything anymore in that digital sphere. That's why we just started like getting as many vinyls as we could.
Yeah,
here.
I've been doing the
It's
same, but
like,
with CDs actually.
Yeah?
I've been finding what I can.
Sell a crazy amount of CDs at Barnes and Noble.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
crazy.
People
amount
are
of
saying if
CDs.
Best Buy would just bring back the physical media section, they wouldn't be bankrupt.
Yeah, I would go.
I would 100%. I remember going there to buy DVDs where you're like, this is the only place I can get the one with the cool like paper.
I would
covers
go
and
every
stuff.
Tuesday when I was in high school and buy the new
Okay.
releases.
Tuesday releases.
Yeah.
Side note that doesn't matter. My dad had a talk with me about Satanism because when he was working at JCPenney and System of a Down came out with I think it was Mesmerize after Hypnotize. It came with a free shirt if you bought the album at Circuit City.
Yep.
And I was like,
it came out.
yeah,
of it. I remember that.
it was-
Yeah.
And so he came home and he had bought it for me, and he goes, "Now, son, I think they're trying to drive you to Satan with this music." And I was like, "But you still bought it for me?" And he was like, "I just needed to see it for myself." I just miss like leaving a store. They close every GameStop in the perimeter of Atlanta too. So it's like there doesn't seem to be a priority on it from any of these companies, but there does seem to be like we've got what's it called? Grounds? What's the coffee shop right there? Park Grounds. They've been doing a thing with Videodrome every few weeks where they set up a whole pop-up of physical DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, vinyls
I didn't know.
out there in the thing, and it's been like every couple Sundays they've been setting up out there.
Awesome.
And it seems like these corporations are just so wrong because people want the things. They want tactile things. They want things they can put their hands on.
God, I hope that's like the pendulum that's gonna swing.
There has to be a pendulum that's going to swing because people are like, not only are like AI Facebook grandma's going to be dead soon, RIP, but like the people that are coming up, like the young kids, they're just like saturated with so much of this shit, whether it be AI or just digital everything. We own nothing. I think like even the young kids are starting to get bigger into this stuff. You know, I spend a lot of time around people that are way younger than me in my job, and I go, wait a second, you guys you're not hopeless. You guys are like wanting to have things on Blu-ray and wanting to own things that you can keep, and like wrestling DVD sales have flown back up.
For real?
100%. I'm looking at getting some of the big gay brunches done because I saw one of the guys that was producing DVDs for Blood and Honey was showing me some of the numbers. Blood and Honey does Deathmatch in Atlanta, and I was like, oh, people are buying these. And like it fell off for a little while because everything would go to your networks, your Trillers, your WWE network, your High Spots network. And now it seems like with the way everything can just disappear in a second, people want to own this stuff.
Yeah.
And these shows on DVD. Jimmy Lloyd, shout out, has one of the best wrestling DVD collections of all time.
Really?
Has like almost every PWG and old Ring of Honor DVD.
Wow.
And every like CZW Deathmatch, even the ones that he's in like on DVD. And there is something just like sick about putting a disc in and it's just there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's hard to even good stuff on streaming with the amount of stuff that's on there. Nothing has any importance. But when you have to go like pick a thing out. And bring it home, even if it's bad, you're gonna remember because you had to. I miss Redbox. That's what I'm saying.
Like
Redbox.
you're not gonna take 5 to 10 CDs with you. You know, like I am constantly going, what do I want to listen to when I'm going out? And there's that like weird sort of like, I don't know what the thing is, where you go, all right, I got one Linkin Park CD. That's what we're listening to.
I have it. I have like 25 CDs right now, and like we have this record player, cassette player, CD player, like
combo.
Yeah, and so when I'm chilling with my daughter and we're just playing and stuff, I just, instead of putting on the TV that we have right there with Apple Music, I always just like have her pick out a CD.
That's awesome.
And you know, she only likes like half of them sometimes, but
yeah, but she's still getting to dig through it and make the choice.
Yeah.
And like, it's nice to hear that that's still a thing that parents do.
She's like learning about it. She didn't know the concept of an album for a very long time. Like now she's kind of getting it a little bit, that it's a collection of songs.
I'm going to admit something now that I shouldn't, but my mom gave me her whole vinyl collection in college, and this dude who used to play in a band stole it out of my house when I let him stay over. So I feel really bad. I think I admitted it to her last time when we were here. We were having a real like open moment, but like all of these records that she had passed on to me that were like Gino Vanelli and like old R&B records and like like really.
I took my mom to see Gino Vanelli in Clearwater amongst the Scientologists.
Rules.
Yes, he ripped.
I'm sure the Scientologists love him too.
Yeah,
they they appreciate a good Italian stud. Yeah, he stole all of the records, and it really, like, it made me want to go back and buy more records, because I was like, I can't believe I've had this taken from me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad everything is digital, but it was also like having the tactile things that my mother owned, and were her records from college, like a Journey record she bought in 1982 before she even married my dad. Like, that to me sounds better than listening to Journey on my iPod.
Yeah, totally.
There's something tangible and story driven about a piece of media that gets passed around.
Well, side note, I've experienced that kind of loss. In 2009, a few months before my dad died, I had an apartment fire, and I lost everything I owned, including gear and like pictures, like clothes, whatever.
You were getting killed in 2009.
Yeah, it was rough.
My God.
But the physical media is something like, I feel like that's what I'm living right now, is like trying to remember the physical media I had and just wanting to feel it in my hands again. And
let me get another copy.
Yeah, so I went and got Hybrid Theory, and I think I have a couple, like, I have Family Values Tour 98 and a couple of those, just like random things like that. But it's a lot of new metal, and that was my
as
upbringing.
it should be. I think. Listen, we can't deny what we've come from.
No.
It's if I'm at any kind of like house party or something where there are people, and I somehow get control of the music, I'm going to a new metal playlist.
Yes.
Not because it's like, oh, this is the greatest music of all time, but because like, it turns people up.
Yeah.
And we can look back on anything and be like, that was corny or that was lame.
Yeah.
But like, Fred Durst is having more fun than all of us.
Dude, I will go to bat for Fred.
100%. I haven't gotten to meet him yet, but he's very good friends with a few of the wrestlers, and they constantly are giving me stories, and they're like, he's just like the best dude. And then he just did that he was in Y2K, but he was in
I
the
saw
James
the TV
Coburn.
Glow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I saw the TV Glow as
Yeah.
abusive
I love
dad,
that
and I was
movie.
like, what a swing for Fred Durst.
They have their debut novel coming out in October.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
saw
a
that.
600-page horror novel.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds
That's
really
awesome.
interesting.
Yeah.
He seems to be having fun. I also I've told people before, they're like, what's like your goal in wrestling, or what's your goal in being a performer? And I said, to feel like Fred Durst at Woodstock 99. When break stuff hits,
That's
to me,
perfect.
if I ever need to get fired up, I'm putting on Woodstock 99 and I'm watching break stuff, and I'm getting fired up and I'm banging my chest.
Yeah.
It's just one of those days.
You need to recreate that moment at a show.
I need it
on
very
on
badly.
the wooden raft.
Yeah,
In the crowd.
Yeah, people on the raft. I haven't gotten that rowdy yet. I've gotten some pretty
Yeah.
rowdy people. I have gotten people to genuinely scream when I've come out before. Like, it feels like from their heart, and I think like that's just the first
Hell
step
yeah.
of like causing an actual riot with fires.
Yeah.
Like, there was stuff on fire.
Oh.
Is there any kind of like dream show or dream venue that you'd like to kind of expand yourself into? Is there like?
I'm sure there is. Yeah. I really want to play in like some planetariums, because I played a show in a planetarium in St. Pete when I was first starting out, and my amp like blew up that night, so it didn't sound good. It was like all crunchy and stuff, and I couldn't finish the set really, but these people were expecting like harsh noise anyway.
Yeah.
So they were like, that was amazing. And I was like, I blew it. I didn't get to do my thing in the planetarium. But I just think that would be sick. I want to play in Iceland.
Ooh. I don't know that much about Iceland other than like what have you been before?
Yeah, I went in 2011 for a festival. I didn't play.
Okay.
I went on a vacation, and I saw Bjork live in
What?
Iceland. Yeah.
Oh, the greatest Bjork moment of all time is when she's explaining how TVs work.
Yep.
And they look like little cities. We just lost Bjork to the AI race too. It's really dark times.
I whatever it is, I did see some stuff, but like Bjork's a person that like I trust that she's gonna step in and like do whatever she's gonna do, and like I can't hate.
I
don't
also
know.
I need people to remember that like Bjork is like older than like she's my mom's age and has been doing this forever, and it's just like things come and go. Like
yeah, exactly.
this
That's
is
kind of what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
I'm
I'm
fascinated.
not gonna hold Bjork to the same standard.
It's the same way that I have to see what Harmony Corinne's gonna do
Yeah.
with AI, and I have, and some of it's really interesting and worth checking out, and the rest of it gives me a headache, and I don't need to participate.
What was the first thing that
He did the infrared Travis Scott movie.
Aggro Drift.
some of that shit looks sick.
Okay, I think as a father, you would have an interesting time with that movie because that movie is a meditation on fatherhood, and like that's kind of what
I didn't know that.
You get in this weird zoned in position with that movie, like if you're locked in.
Yeah.
But the other one that he did where it's home invasions with like AI baby heads.
Baby invaders.
That one's
trash.
tough.
Okay.
Trash.
Okay.
Trash. I will say, we watched a movie recently. What is this Romanian guy's name?
Rade Jude.
Rade Jude made a movie called Dracula. And the
Okay.
concept of this movie is a really shitty film director using AI to make his Dracula movie. And so he keeps just like, there'll be a scene where the guy's like, maybe this Dracula has more love and he has more fun. And then they go to a scene of real actors and stuff that's impressing what the AI would spit out if he did this. And so it's these constant fucked up versions
sounds
of Dracula for 3 hours. And Peter was like, we should watch the AI Dracula movie. And I was like, go fuck yourself. But it is bullshit.
But so is there actual like are they using AI?
In
or
like
is
one
it-
of the scenes, they have a generative AI that looks fucked up on purpose because it's so
Okay.
terrible. And like
It's just to reinforce that like
Yeah,
that's
this is
the
such a
plot
bad
device.
idea.
And, like that's what we're
okay,
doing.
I can get on board.
yeah,
with
but
that.
everything else is real actors and stuff. And it's the only Dracula film in all of history that features the actual location of Dracula's castle, right?
This is true. The only
Because one of the Draculas goes to Dracula's castle in the future when it's a tourist trap and is like listening to the tour thing and then killing people.
Okay, that
It's-
sounds good.
Yeah, Rade Jude has been a very fun watch. I've not enjoyed everything from Rade Jude, I'll be honest.
Yeah, there was the first one that I made him watch. I was because it's very dry European humor, and a lot of it is really, really, really dark because Romanian has a very storied past that it's still very much living in. And like a lot of what he's, because I mean that's kind of why he made the Dracula movie, is to like talk about the history of Romania through this figure. There's like, this is the thing we're most known for. And it's a guy that like sucked people's blood. You know, it's like a little difficult to reckon with, but all of it's absurdly funny and just over the top. Like
Yeah, movie about the girl getting her sex tape leaked.
Okay, I think
Was
it's worth your
insane.
time though. I think it's really funny.
I don't know. I'm pumped that we get to share art now, and we're gonna
for
continue
sure.
that deeply.
Hell yeah.
Have you thought about doing like film soundtrack stuff?
I've like given my music. I've never scored something, but I like right now. I have a friend who's working on a Muay Thai documentary, and I basically told him he can use all my music, and then we can just like work it out later.
That's
so he's been
awesome.
cutting it.
So
to
he
my
gets
music.
to just kind of go through
Yeah.
and pick like what'll work. For
I actually had an OnlyFans model use my music for like a promo, and I saw the clips today for like the promo video,
Yeah.
and it was great. And it was like
That's
they're like doing
incredible.
like film stuff, and I told her when it wasn't the model that reached out to me, it was the producer that was producing it, the shooter, and. I probably sounded like a nerd because I think she was very like, just warning, there's some nudity.
Yeah.
And, you know, and because she had been to one of my shows or something, and I was like, no, trust me, this is exciting for me because I just watched Margot's Got Money Troubles.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
we
watch that?
started Margot's Got Money Troubles.
And I read the book too, and I was like,
Okay.
this is great because it's definitely like the same vibe of like making art out of this stuff.
Yeah,
and
like
I
let's.
loved it.
How can
Yeah.
we make this good and still pay our bills with
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So I just saw that, and I'm about to give her the go ahead to use it.
Have you also fallen into the Apple TV has the best
Yes,
television shows
100%.
that no one is
Yeah, of
watching?
course,
It's
yeah.
kind of insane.
We just watched that Cape Fear finale.
Oh, I
and
didn't watch it
was-
yet. I didn't watch the show yet. I mean, I didn't watch any
It
of
is
Is it good?
incredible.
Okay.
Holy mackerel. And you're almost like, because there's so many big names in it, like we're big Patrick Wilson fans in this house. If the Conjuring
He's
movie
Tampa Bay.
isn't good, is he?
Yep.
If the Conjuring movie isn't good, I don't care because I get to watch
Yeah.
Patrick
Yeah.
Wilson and
Yeah.
Vera Farmiga be scammers.
Yeah.
But you're like, okay, Amy Adams, Patrick Wilson, and
Was it Javier Bardem?
Javier
Yeah.
Bardem. And it just gets so out of control
Okay.
because the original Cape Fear is like fun and good and Scorsese and intense and De Niro and dark. But this is like, what if it was way worse?
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll watch almost anything on Apple. Honestly.
We've really enjoyed that, and we're deep into the Silo.
I'm in
trend
Silo.
right now.
Yeah. I've just started the new season.
Peter's been reading the book.
I
and
read.
Okay.
I'm almost done with the first book.
Why is it called Wool?
Because
that's
they
what that was on the. Okay.
They
yeah.
use wool to scrub the
Yeah.
camera screen.
Oh,
Wow.
wow!
That
It's
makes
all
sense.
coming together now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Well, what a magical time! I really appreciate
Yeah,
you coming
no,
on the
this is
show.
great.
I do have one more question.
Yeah, let's
Who's your
talk.
favorite Muppet?
Oh man. Okay. I've been emulating video games with my daughter. Like you can do like online emulators where you don't have to download the stuff. And we found a PlayStation 1 Muppets game that's kind of badass. It looks like Super Mario 64, and you're playing what's the little guy, the little Kermit, the mini, like what?
Baby Kermit?
Yeah, but it's not Baby Kermit. It's like it's a
like,
character. That's
Yeah, his little son thing. That's the small frog.
it's that you're him.
What's his name? Can we get an update on what Kermit's child's
Can't
name
think of
is?
it. Well, anyway,
feel like he
you're
has a
you're
name.
running around as him, and for some reason, it's like horror versions of all the Muppets, and so you have to find them, and then once you find them, you can like morph into them to do their like
Secret moves?
Their secret moves. So like Miss Piggy can break through walls, Fozzie can climb walls.
Okay, so he does not have a biological son. He does have a nephew, Robin the Frog.
Robin, that's it. Yes.
Robin!
I mean, Robin's not my favorite. I'm not saying that.
No. But you're saying the game that you play as Robin. In
Are
the
we
game.
talking like Muppets or like?
I think we can
or
go
are we
all the
talking
way.
like Henson? Like,
Have you been
yeah.
to that puppet museum?
Yeah, of course.
We almost had like a religious experience.
It's the best
in there.
place.
It's incredible.
It's like, yeah.
incredible.
We go to shows there. Like we've been to Rudolph. We took my daughter. to
Am I
Rudolph
allowed
and-
to go if it's just us?
Yes. Well, no. They.
I feel
they
like I
do,
need to get my niece up
They do
here.
adult ones though. Like
Okay,
they do like
okay.
a Halloween one that's supposed to be really good. I haven't been to yet. Every year they do some
That
like
sounds awesome.
fucked up Halloween one.
That's the most connected to other humans I've ever felt in my life being
Yeah.
in that place.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
great.
like this is a deep admission here. I'm pretty sure I accidentally Bert and Ernie'd my life where like I'm always the Ernie and I'm desperately seeking like a sad taller man to cheer up. And so like seeing a real life Bert and Ernie was sort of just
love
like
that.
oh my God, like this is who I am.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you can pick
I mean,
any Henson, yeah.
you know,
that's-
I don't really. I haven't thought about this question enough to really give like a heartfelt answer or like a.
we're holding you to it.
I take this seriously though.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I have a soft spot for the actual Muppet Babies when they're
Yeah,
babies because I grew
yeah.
up watching that, and then I found that they have a new one that's like 3D, and my daughter watches it.
It, like,
and they
on
like
the
they
kids'
like
channels
remix
now?
the song. Yeah, like it's on Disney. It's
Oh, wow.
Muppet Babies. It's like the same vibe, but they just like modernized it, which I would usually not like. But there's something about like, oh, my daughter's experiencing the tradition of
Yeah,
baby
of
Muppets,
watching
you
Muppet
know?
Babies on
and Waldorf and what's their-
Statler and Waldorf.
They're the neighbors that live next door, and they're like heckling the kids. It's awesome. So yeah, I would say probably just like one of the baby versions of
I
the
think,
actual
yeah,
Muppets.
Baby Miss Piggy rules.
Yeah.
I'm a Gonzo guy through and through.
Okay. Gotta love
I-
Gonzo.
Yeah, he's my phone background right now. I'm real into it.
On that video game, the Gonzo, for some reason, Gonzo is how you swim. He's the
Really?
swimmer. No. I'm sorry. No, it's not. Gonzo flies like
Oh,
the Great Gon.
yeah, the Great Gonzini.
Yeah. So you basically like when you're jumping on that game, you can turn into Gonzo and like hover a bit.
That's incredible. We gotta find this game.
I forget what it's called. It's like Muppets, like some Monster Mayhem or something like that. Yeah.
I'm sure we can find it. Listen,
it's a
the
cute
emulator game is sick now.
Yeah.
I have one in there that I can't figure out, and so I'm about to just
go to
buy
Vim, vim.net, VIMM,
Okay.
Vim's
All right.
Lair.
Vim. We're Vimming.
You can play them all in your browser.
Yeah, but I want one of the portable ones. I
Oh
wanna
no,
take
that
it
would
on
be
the road
great.
with
Yeah,
me.
no,
I
that
wanna-
would be great.
I want to roll out with it. I'm tired of playing Angry Birds Dream Blast. Be like 6,000 levels of Angry Birds.
Well, maybe
Dream
you got to
Blast.
get on Pokemon Go, like me, the surveillance state.
The surveillance. Listen.
I got back on to show my daughter. I had gone on in 2016.
Yeah.
And I was on for like 6 months, and then I never went on again. And then my daughter started getting into Pokemon. And I
It's
was
crazy how long it's lasted.
Like, yeah. So I got on, and I was like, I want to show you these Pokemon. I'll see what it's like. And it had all my Pokemon from 2016 still. And I was like, should I just like do this? So now I go around catching shit.
Yeah, I'm at too many cool places to where there was a period where other people were like, I need you on Pokemon Go because if you're going to all these places, you're going to run into rare stuff, and I need you to trade it for me.
Yeah. And you send postcards to your friends, so
Right,
you'd be sending them from like Hammerstein.
Yeah, so I'm sending. Yeah, and my Pokemon Go map probably looked crazy. I probably mapped out flock cameras for the country, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I hate that.
We're all victims of it.
We are all victims of it, but I do I'm getting really fired up about how mad people are getting about it when you talk to them, because I think we're getting rid of them. There's one town that they had 8 of them get destroyed. I don't know if you saw that. And then the rest of the county took them all down.
Yeah.
So
good.
We can do this. We can get rid of it.
Yeah.
All right. Where can they find the Kickstarter?
Okay. Kickstarter, Infinite Third, THIRD spelled out.
Yes.
Transmute Death. If you go on any of my socials, it's the link in my bio.
Perfect. Yeah, you've been doing a good job pushing it, but we want to push it even more.
Just so everyone knows, like a Kickstarter is not a donation; it's a pre-order.
Yes.
So a lot of people think I'm just like begging for money. It's I'm actually like you're pre-ordering it long before it exists, and then you can decide what you're pre-ordering. You can get a record, a tape, a CD. You can get a bundle, like a shirt and a record. But I have some fun like top tier rewards.
Yeah.
You can get a test pressing of the record for $100. They're almost all gone actually because there's only like 8. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
But the crazy ones are for $333. I make you a painting, which I've done. I did for my last Kickstarter. So I only have it limited to like 3 or something. So I just do these.
Well, yeah,
paintings.
because you don't want to spend the next 8 months.
I'm not really a painter, but like when I
paintings.
paint, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna paint now. And then there's a couple other ones, but the big one is if somebody's out there like really wants me to step into my destiny and be their pitchman, I have a $5,000 tier.
Let's go.
I will pitch for you. I will make a 2-minute infomercial style video for you or your product. It has to be vetted by me. It's not just going to be for anything.
You can't just do anything.
But yeah, so that's the way if you want to get that. And there's some other ones too.
What if they were just like, hey, I don't have a product. Will you just pitch me as a person?
Yeah, of course.
I think that'd be incredible.
I would love that. Actually, there is a more affordable one for $500. It's a collaboration. So I do a lot of experimental stuff, ambient music, and it's a way to collaborate with me, and you will own the song with me, and we'll release it, and you'll like get royalties and stuff.
Wow!
You can send me if you're a musician, you can send me material, and I'll collaborate with it. You can just send me like a phone recording of something. You can just be like, hey, make a song about a waterfall, and you can name it. And we'll put it out. You can help me choose the artwork, and we're gonna like actually release it. So,
in an effort to combat AI, we're creating an AI that's a person.
Exactly.
Where you go, look, we've got Billy Mays the Third here, and he's going to make any song you dream of through your dreams. You just have to put it into input and then pay the AI credit, which is to a person.
Yep. Exactly.
That's how it used to be in this country. You used to pay people to do jobs. Okay?
We used to be a proper country.
We can still be a proper country again if these people will support some music and get it going. I think we're gonna see some excitement from people. What did I miss today? What did we miss?
Can you tell us a little bit about Mouth Council?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Well. Okay. I actually missed something that I want to.
Yeah, I'm not.
One thing I had in the back of my mind of like meeting you and everything is that I want to like it's a dream of mine to end up in an indie wrestling like angle of some kind and like just find my way whether I'm managing someone or I don't know what it's going to be, but I want to. So
do you remember Mr. Fuji?
Of course.
You remember when he would throw the salt in
Yes,
their eye, the
yes.
ceremonial salt? Do you think there could be ceremonial OxyClean? Do you think you could throw some ceremonial OxyClean
That's
in
it.
there?
So we need like a situation where like someone has you in the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And then Hulk Hogan comes out and we
Yeah.
rebury him.
Yeah.
Mouth council.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is.
The reason the mouth council sparked that is that I always mouth council is the project that I have that's kind of the opposite of Infinite Third.
Okay.
Which is it's improvised. It's very limited, but it's about everyone else. So I gather people in a circle on the stage on the floor. Or just in the middle of a room or a party or whatever it is, and I have cushions. They're like colored cushions.
Okay.
And people claim them. And I have a microphone and my loop station that I use, and I sort of just give the little spiel, and then I pass the microphone around and I sample their voices. That's it. That's the whole thing.
What?
And I just
what do you mean
I
that's
gi-
the whole
well,
thing?
I give
That's the coolest
well,
thing
I
I've
give
ever
the
heard.
prompt of like, you can't do anything wrong here. Like, just do whatever you're feeling when the microphone comes. You can just pass it. There's no pressure. If you can't think of anything, make an animal sound. Like, I have these prompts that I try to loosen everyone up, but typically there's somewhere where like there's other bands there and they know what
Yeah.
the deal is, and then I'm mixing it, and it's so fun because it's not this dreary thing that I'm doing, with
and
Infinite
like
Third.
you have control of it, but no, you don't.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I
like-
don't, but I could, and it's the fun with that is like when someone does like really fuck it up, it's so much more fun. Like when someone screams into the mic,
Yeah.
like something abrasive, like you'll see someone who's never done it before be like, oh no, they're ruining it, and then like they find out quickly like
Well,
this
I
can't
think it's
be
also
ruined.
a challenge to be like, no, you can't ruin this. I'm going to use this.
One
otherwise.
guy ruined one time. He dropped an N-word. This
Come
was in, like
on!
it was a white guy at a party, and I literally stopped the music, and I was like, we just can't do this, man. Like, get out of here. So there is a way to ruin it. So I shouldn't say you can say anything, but
Yeah, but you can say anything that has good artistic merit from your heart.
Yeah.
From your heart.
yeah.
Not even good artistic merit, but just kindness from your heart.
But you get a lot of rappers freestyle
Yeah.
on it. I've done like ciphers with it.
That's
so it's
crazy.
taken me to places that ambient post rock doesn't really take you. So
Yeah.
I've done. I did a Christian festival one time.
That's
because
awesome.
friends of mine were into that scene and like they were great. And it just kind of there's nothing about it that can't. It could fit at a Charlie Kirk memorial, and
Well,
like
yeah, but,
it's not like I would, but it's just like
Of course,
that's
it's going to
so-
fit the room you're in
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're in the room.
Yeah.
They are the room.
Yeah.
That's kind of a magic way to make. It's like telling everybody they get to pick their own pizza toppings.
Yeah.
When you go
And
they're
we're all
like,
making the pizza, though,
We're all
together.
making the
Yeah.
pizza together. We're all going to have to eat each other's
Yeah.
toppings.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get a choice in what's included.
So when you said mouth council, that's why I lit up, because I always thought too that why not do it in the ring at a wrestling show, like with some of the talent,
Yeah,
That's
let
how-
us get crazy, or even just like there is the idea of handing them the mic to do it, but almost like recording the sounds of wrestling as they're happening, maybe by your own choice.
I like
think
that.
would be very interesting
I like
as well. I don't know, there is something about wrestling that I kind of hear from the Mouth Council, which is like every time I go to work, it's a group project. I've never had an instance where my match is just
Yeah.
Effy, and that includes your referees and your camera people and your production people and the people in the ring with you. And it's sort
Wow.
of like it takes the pressure off me too to go, hey, we're all doing this together. We all want it to be good, but it requires all of us to participate for this to work.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that. You don't really have. I guess the closest thing to your solo like performances,
Yeah.
your merch and stuff,
Like merch or cutting a promo even
Well,
is
yeah, the
on
promo, I
someone,
guess,
but
but
it's
yeah.
on someone usually.
Yeah, and someone's filming it, and
Yeah, but there's never a time you go see Effy live where it's not including another person
Yeah,
or including
wow.
another aspect.
Yeah.
One time Speedball Mike Bailey told me, though, he goes, please don't take offense to this. I'm going to do my Speedball voice so he doesn't take offense either. Effy, please don't take offense to this, but you could just do your entrance and cut a gay promo and probably leave, and I think people would like it just as much. I think you're fine at wrestling, but it does seem like you could just do that, and it would be just as exciting.
I love that.
It's just like I was like,
Good impression, dude.
this is the rudest compliment I've ever received, but I also
That's so-
he's such a
No, it's I mean I think it's compliment.
yeah. I think it was from
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
genuine place of like you're getting these reactions on your own. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to die
That's
out there
powerful.
every night.
That's
It
like
really-
that's kind of like a Danhausen thing right there too. Like,
Absolutely. Listen, that boy.
Yeah.
That I got to run into him this weekend, and it always blows my mind because I text him all the time. We're always talking, but like 2 years ago, he's telling me, well, I pitched all these ideas and they didn't want to do it. And then he's doing them with WWE now. And there's an ice cream truck with his face on it.
Yeah.
There's little Danhausens. The amount of the little Danhausens that I've run into since they've started doing the little Danhausen, where they're just like, bro, he's giving us so much opportunity and money.
It's
We're like, not only
mind-blowing.
is he coming in and just like changing the whole look and structure of this thing, he's also giving all these other people jobs and opportunities. And like, I mean, I just think about the guy who had to design the ice cream truck and create the ice cream thing. It's like,
True.
Danhausen is a job creator.
That's beautiful.
And it's really magic to see.
Oh my God.
It's just incredible to see how well he's done. But I think I got to run into him this weekend at SummerSlam, and it was just
Awesome.
It's magic. It was what a magical creature.
What a world, though, that's the reality.
It's
amazing.
He's a Florida guy too. Like
really?
I think originally he was from Michigan, but he was living in Florida for a long time.
Okay.
And I tell people this story in my seminars where his life was like not going great, and he was not doing the Danhausen he was doing now. Like I used to call him CM Punk without a tongue because he was just too quiet, but he looks like CM Punk and he wrestled like CM Punk.
Okay.
And he like quit wrestling and was done and moved back to Michigan. And then was like, you know what? I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. And he started painting his face like the Converge record and doing like real dark horror shit. And it kind of just like morphed into like, wait, this demon is getting more reaction when I add kind of a Pee Wee Herman. Like he just like, I think there's a moment I think you have to have it as an artist where you go, fuck it. Like, fuck it. I don't care what you think. I'm going to do this for me. And that's like where you unleash something where you're like, actually, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And if you like it, cool. And it turns out a lot of people liked it. So it was always inspirational to me to see him go, no, screw that. Like wrestling sucks. These people suck. I'm not enjoying having to impress these people. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And then it being the most successful wrestling thing of the past decade.
It's legendary. They even just I hadn't heard that part of it, and that makes it 10 times better.
It's really magic.
Right
yeah.
there.
We're and it's a guy he'd been wrestling, 3 or 4 years at that point and was just like, this is bullshit. I'm not having fun doing this.
Yeah.
Where I think, I really became Effy when I started actually enjoying myself and kind of putting that to the side too. And, you're never going to impress everybody in the arts and you have to just like pick your battles. But it's my world is a lot easier to deal with now that I do what I want. And I hope that you kind of feel the same way.
I do. Although this new path of like, what am I doing as far as like my Billy Mays self is I feel like I'm going to have to go through this, like, I'm going to have to go through this all over again in a way of like, what am I a pitchman? What does that mean? What is a pitchman? Like all this stuff. And why am I doing it? Should I be doing it? Like I'm going to have to go through this whole journey.
This rediscovery.
Yeah.
But maybe you'll find out that we're all pitchmen and some of us just find the way to do it that makes us enjoy ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who are pitchmen for things that they think it's benefiting them, but they don't really enjoy it. And I didn't know your dad, but it doesn't seem like he was hating doing the job.
No.
And I'm sure there's lots of things you deal with, and there's lots of things in life that I deal with all the time where I'm like, this is annoying, or I'm in pain, or I'm dealing with things that I don't want to deal with, but I still, at its core, really enjoy the job, and I enjoy the job enough where I'm like, I'm willing to suffer for the job because this is the thing I want to be doing, and I hope other people can find that for themselves too.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah, I mean, just between music and like what my life is this dichotomy of are these two things separate or not? And I guess we'll keep asking that question.
Nothing is separate. It's all together, and we're all pitching.
Yeah.
Let's all be pitchmen. Shout out your dad. What a legend. Shout out you though. That's what I wanted to focus here today on, just like getting to know you and letting these people see and letting them into the world, because I think you're a fascinating artist to me and you have forged your own path and it's very magical to see. And I hope we get to hang out more.
Yeah, I'm down. That means a lot coming from you.
It's awesome.
I'm a huge Effy fan.
Thank you.
Now I'm more of an Effy fan, just like getting to experience you in person. But I have to confess, I haven't seen you wrestle yet in person.
Listen.
So
when I was dealing with a lot of negative stuff from people, I would constantly run into people at shows who were like, I just thought you were an asshole online and all I saw about you was crap. And then I got in the room with you and I understood what you were doing.
Okay.
And I think there's something very freeform about being in a room with Effy. And there's a lot of wrestlers who don't ever get to the point where they acknowledge their audience. And I think, you run the risk of being too fourth wall with some things, but knowing people are there and knowing people are watching you and knowing that like this is an environment where I can kind of do anything and they're going to react the way they're going to react. It's awesome. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's community. That
is community.
Yeah.
What a joy. What a joy to have you on today. Find Billy at Infinite Third, at Infinite THIRD. Check out the Kickstarter. Thank you so much for being on the show today. What an awesome
Thank you for having me.